All right, welcome into Thursday Live for Insurance Toolkits. I'm going to go over with you today in great detail a unscripted, relatively unprepared review of the new combined final expense product that you can quote and underwrite in Insurance Toolkits. If I have time, I'm also going to spend a few minutes discussing ways that you can cross-sell your book of business, not cross-sell, upsell, revisit, work your existing book of business. I apologize. I think it's so important to understand that those of you that have worked, dedicated time and energy into your business deserve to go back and work that book of business. So if I have time, we're going to discuss that with you today. But my primary responsibility in today's live is to review the new combined product that was recently released to the market, where contracting recently became available. And now you got to know how to use it and when to use it, and that if you can use it here in the toolkit. Drop a comment below if you get a chance to watch live or recorded. It's always good to know that you guys took something out of today's conversation. So drop a comment below when you get a chance to tune in and see what we're talking about today. All right, let's take a look real quick here at where first you can find combined in the toolkit. Turn it on and be ready to quote it. I'm going to share my screen with you in just a minute here, and you can take a look on Insurance Toolkit where you need to go first. So the first place you need to go is Customize Carrier. You see it right over there? Customize Carrier. Without the Customize Carrier section turned on for combined, you're not going to see it. So the very first thing you need to do before you even sell combined is go into Customize Carrier, scroll down over here, ABC, there it is, and turn on combined for quoting and underwriting. Pretty simple, right? One of the most common questions I get via email, text message, phone call, in our demo sessions has a lot to do with quoting and underwriting and where to find the companies. Customized Carrier is where you need to go next. Now, let's go over a couple other useful things to know when it comes to combined about their product portfolio. So this product is, and I have my notes over here to the side, an age 0 to age 80 product. Well, that's pretty cool, right? I don't know if I can directly share this on my screen with you, but age 0 to age 80 for combined. That means that many of those younger people that you might pick up a side company to occasionally sell, you can sell here with combined. They offer a preferred, a standard, a substandard, and a modified policy. All types of really useful things that we're already discussing here. Give me a second to see if I can pull up the agent guide here and show you on the screen as well. Again, if you have a chance, drop a comment below. Let me know that you watched and what you may have learned from today's conversation. All right. Next, we're going to discuss with combined that it is a $5,000 to a $50,000 face amount. I can't exactly share with you the specifics on my screen from Notability, but that's okay. We're going to bring up a quote and show them as well. It's a $5,000 to $50,000 on the preferred face amount. Let's take a look and see how that shapes up on the quoting right here. Age 65, $15,000, male in Pennsylvania. There we go. There's combined right there. So I'm going to share my screen so you can see it next. There we go. So $5,000 to $50,000. Now the substandard is $5,000 to $25,000, and the graded benefit is $5,000 to $25,000 as well. Combined, as you can see right there at the top and then right there in the middle, has also some very interesting riders that many other products may not offer. That rider includes a child rider up until the age of, help me if I'm wrong here, 26. There it is. You can have a child rider included on your combined policy all the way to the age of 26. I think that's pretty awesome as well. The accelerated death benefit rider is an option. I think it's actually completely included. And I don't see accidental death, but you do have accelerated death benefits as well. Now, with combined, what you'll also need to take note of is that you can take both bank draft and direct express and debit card billing. Now, we want to be extra careful about using debit and credit card carriers when they don't do true Social Security billing, but combined does take bank and card billing. Let's take a look at some other important information. Their graded benefit product is available the same, ages 0 to age 80. You don't see that a lot in the market, and that is another useful reason about this product. Let's continue forward and look at some other important product information. As we scroll down to the bottom, it's important to realize that this product, very similar to Americo, asks 5 underwriting questions in the very beginning, and then you sort of get your decision from there. They'll ask essentially knockout questions or graded questions to help you figure out what they're going to qualify for and then go from there. So the first question they're going to ask you on the application is, within the last 2 years, has the primary insured been diagnosed with a terminal illness, lives in a nursing home, assisted facility, or under hospice care? I mean, obviously, that's not a good fit, and those aren't the kind of clients we should probably be writing anyway. Second question. Now, if they answer yes to this question, it's not a decline. It's actually a graded benefit. I apologize, a modified benefit. Has the primary insured ever been diagnosed, treated, or tested positive or been given medical advice for AIDS, HIV, bipolar, schizophrenia, Alzheimer's, dementia, or other progressive neurological disorder? If you answer yes to that question, you would qualify for a modified benefit. I'm going to pull up here on the screen the health cheat sheet so you can take a look at some of those conditions. Now, one of the things that I think is incredibly important to see, there it is. So I'm in the health cheat sheet right now in the toolkit, and as you can see, combined shows up for a graded benefit for HIV. I think one of the things that we have to be extra careful about when we are picking products, focusing our distribution, selling as few amount of companies as possible, is many of us have gotten in the habit out of necessity to have one company we throw our crap at. Hey, carriers, if you're listening to this, it's important to understand how an agent thinks. I'm not going to name the carriers that people throw their crap at, but when you have, and I don't mean that a specific condition is crap, but they don't care about where they're throwing their extra sick people. With a carrier like Combined, you can place healthy people, standardish rate condition people, and even relatively ill, significant conditions on this product as well. So again, it's not a judgment of the carrier or the person or the product, but I think the less you sell, the more efficient your business is going to be. So things like, to repeat myself, AIDS, HIV, oxygen and dialysis, Alzheimer's and dementia are available on their modified product. The next question basically knocks you down from preferred, again, all the way down to graded, and it's cancer, heart attack, and stroke within the last 5 years, diabetes requiring insulin, chronic kidney disease, and liver disease. Really important to understand the power that this product has, where it takes a lot of things preferred, a lot of things modified, and basically all the ages that you run into. Now, let's continue forward and take a couple quick look at some quotes here. I'm going to go over here to quick quote in the toolkit, go over to 40,000, and let's see where Combined shakes out for a female age 70, a typical final expense age range. We'll look right there. I'm going to make myself smaller again. Combined comes up right there in the top around that 40,000 face amount. 242 for them, 233 American Amicable, 216 Liberty Bankers. That's a really competitive option for 40,000. Let's take a look at 50,000 and see where they shape up. There we go. 50,000, age 70 female. Again, still coming in right toward the very top. Combined 301, AMAM 291, Baltimore Life, because then the A priority product picks up again at 244. That's more of a semi high face amount product, not always your typical final expense. So that's very useful to know. Also keep in mind with Combined, they have a text signature right now. It's a little bit strange. It takes a little bit of getting used to. It looks like they're going to add an on-the-screen signature relatively soon, but it does have a text signature. What that tells me is it's approved for telesales. There has been some confusion about how that works right now, but it's safe to say it works over the phone. Other things, the Combined product contracting is in the benchmark portal. So if you've ever sold Prosperity Life in the past, God rest its soul, American Amicable bought them. It's the same back office site that you're used to with Prosperity Life. Pretty useful. So there you go, in 10 minutes or so, a quick down and dirty, unscripted explanation of Combined, which is now available in the insurance toolkit. Now, I also got one other thing I want to go over with you guys today. I want to go over the importance of working your book of business. Now, I think a lot of times agents or maybe agencies don't ever mention this to agents, and it's one of the real advantages that you get by getting in and staying in this business. I think what sometimes agencies don't do when they don't teach this is they discount the fact that you put in the work, you put in the time, you built the relationship. Now you should go back and visit with that client again. I was just recently speaking to one of my own agents and my own distribution, completely separate from the toolkit. And he was talking about the fact that he's never, ever had a 0 day for years, because anytime he was having a rough day, he just bounced right over to somebody he sold before and looked for other opportunities with that client to write more business, pick up more referrals, or discuss some of the things I'm going to review with you today. So we're going to cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things you can do when you go back and see your existing clients. These 7 things that you do can be done within a year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe even annually for 7 years. These are things that I practice in the field, and these are things that you can practice here when you write business successfully using our platform in the field. So number 1, the initial cross sale. When you're selling final expense, you should have a good working knowledge how to transition over to Medicare. If you're selling Medicare, you should have a good working knowledge on how to transition over to final expense. So that's the first cross sale or second opportunity in your book of business. Second is the second year visit, which should likely yield the second year increase. I've preached and taught for years that when you get a client and you sell that client on, say, Thursday, you should put in your Google Calendar 1 year from now on a Friday to go back and to see that client. And if every day you make a sale, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you're taking those people and you're putting them on your calendar for a year from now on that Friday, every Friday, you'll have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 appointments, follow-ups, annual reviews with people you've seen before. And guess what happens? You'll never, ever end your week on a bad note when you've got 6, 7, and 8 people you sold last year to see this year. Another thing to keep in mind, a lot of the clients you may have sold before, if you've been in the business a while, are likely underinsured now. How's that possible? They're underinsured not because you didn't do a good job, but because the cost of funerals has increased. One of the things that you can do with the toolkit is take and look at all the options that are out there, run good quotes, and figure out what the best option is. But once you've done that, make sure you're going back into the future and not leaving people underinsured. I'm not saying oversell them. Don't take that from this, but make sure you're taking time in your other visits to go back and see these people. Third thing you can do, maybe in the 3rd year, the 9th month, whenever, is make sure when you're going back to see your existing clients, you're talking to them about ancillary products, things like hospital indemnity. And if you didn't know that already, you can quote hospital indemnity in the toolkit. I'm going to pull that up here so you can see in just a minute that there are other ancillary products you can quote in our software. So let's jump back over here into the screen share and I'll show you that, and then we'll get back to the training. I'm going to go over here to dental, vision, and hearing. I know this might sound silly. I know you might not see it very often, but here's another cross-sale opportunity besides hospital indemnity, besides cancer and critical illness. Let's talk dental. I got a joke for you. Here's how I sell dental insurance. You ready? Miss Johnson, do you have teeth? You do. Do you have dental insurance? You don't? Would you like some? You would. Perfect. Let's get that taken care of. Now, it really isn't always that simple, but it sometimes is. If somebody has a Medicare supplement, they don't have dental coverage. If somebody is under 65, they probably don't have dental coverage. If somebody values their teeth, they want dental coverage. And in some other cases, they may already have it, and you can get them better coverage. There's a cross-sale opportunity right there. Let's look at another one. Let's switch over here to hospital indemnity. In the toolkit, as you can see here, you can quote Heartland's hospital indemnity product right here in the toolkit. I'm going to pull that up on the screen so you can see it in just a moment. And again, appreciate you guys watching. If you're watching now or in the future, drop a comment below. Let me know that you got a chance to see today's video where you got to learn about Combine's brand new final expense product, where you got to hear some tips on cross-selling, and where right now we're discussing where to find cross-sale products here in the toolkit. So there it is right over there. Heartland's hospital indemnity product. Why am I mentioning that? As you're aware, in today's conversation, we're talking about the third visit and third cross-sale third visit opportunity is these ancillary type products. The fourth opportunity you're going to have, it may be the fourth year or the fourth visit with your existing client, is to keep in mind things like final gifting and income replacement. What the heck is final gifting and income replacement? Well, final gifting is when someone repackages the concept of final expense and says to them, well, Miss Johnson, if you could leave a final gift behind to somebody, a kid, a grandkid, or somebody so important in your life, you wanted to leave them a legacy, who would it be? Perfect. It's a pivot off of final expense. Say you couldn't write them final expense. They didn't need it. They didn't want it, but they did want to leave a final gift to somebody. This is where real sales skills kicks in. This is where it's not just an enrollment. It's not just to write them in and move on. It's a sales skill that you can pick up with. Now, what's the other one? There's income replacement. Comment below if you know what income replacement is or if you've never heard of it before. But income replacement, I'm going to explain to you. Very simple. Ready? If you have a dual income household, a husband and a wife, a brother and a sister, two individuals that cohabitate and are dependent on each of their social security. When one of them dies, what happens? One of the incomes goes away. Don't get to keep it. Doesn't go up. It goes away. So now this other person that's still alive and still grieving needs to figure out still what to do next. An income replacement plan, which kind of comes off the mortgage protection concept, gives somebody additional time to cover the difference in income before they have to make decisions. That's another repackaged opportunity. Maybe it's something you can discuss in the fourth visit or the fourth additional sale you can do with your book of business. Number 5, grandkids. If you're not writing grandkid policies, I don't know what you're doing. Grandkid policies are great. You can, again, quote them in Insurance Toolkit as well. Let me pull up the screen and show you where you can find under 50 policies. So one of the things that I think is also incredibly important to understand is many of the people that you are sitting with and selling now are raising their grandchildren. You know, that's the point of life that life has put them in, and they're responsible for kids in their, very young age while they're very old. So what can you do? What can you show them? What do you do in this situation? You need to make sure that you're offering and not leaving younger kids that they're responsible for behind in the process. There you go. Speaking of combined again, you can sell them combined. Combined as an age 0 to age 80 product. You can sell them Mutual of Omaha's Child Whole Life product. You can sell Citizens Life age 0 to 80. There are a lot of products that are available in these younger age bands. And if you're sitting with grandparents and you're not discussing grandkid coverage, I don't know what you're doing. If you're sitting with grandkid parents and you're not discussing grandkid coverage, you're leaving people unprotected, even though you're only protecting one person. Let's think about the grandkids as well. Next, 6th sales opportunity that you're going to encounter through your existing book of business by going back and visiting with them is life events. Something happened in their life and now they want more life insurance. They got married, somebody died, they think they need more. If you're not in contact with these people, guess what's going to happen? They're going to buy off of a direct-to-consumer product. They're going to buy off of another Yahoo that shows up at the door. They're going to buy from somebody that isn't you. So make sure you're keeping that in mind as well. And lastly, what you should be doing with your book of business is getting referrals. Referrals are free and referrals are easy. If they gave you their social, their birth date, their bank account, their life history, their medical history, their beneficiary's name, do you think they'll give you a referral? They probably will. So there you go. Today, we did a quick review of the combined product. We did a quick review of some sales tips on selling your book of business. We even got an opportunity to look in the toolkit for dental, vision, and hearing, hospital indemnity, and underage products. Thank you for watching a live episode of Insurance Toolkits training that we typically host for you on Thursdays. Whenever you get a chance to watch this video, comment below that you did and continue to subscribe and share our channel out with others. Thanks for watching.